How's it going, guys? Derek Howlett here, unrealliving.com, coming from Cairns, Queensland, baby. Topic for today is how to get out of $25,000 worth of debt. Now, my recommendations for you, if you are in any type of debt, say you're in $100 worth of debt, or $1,000 worth of debt, or $100,000 worth of debt, recommendation is obviously get out of debt as quickly as possible. If you're in debt, that means that you're paying interest to the big banks, and you have that $200,000 loan that you might have might end up actually costing you $300,000 by the end of it if you just make probably the typical payments. What's even worse is, say if you have a $1,000 loan or something like that, something that'd be relatively easy to pay off, and you're paying 20% interest on that on your credit card. That $1,000 is $1,200 by the end of the year if you're paying 20% interest on it per annum. So my recommendation, here I'll even give you a great video, how to save money fast, right there. Check that video out. I'll put a link in the description box below. Check that out after you've watched this one on all my money saving tips. Now, how did I get out of at least $25,000 worth of debt? I think it was actually over $30,000 worth of debt that I got out of so that I can go live the unreal life. So I can go travel the world, have all these amazing experiences, live minimally, live frugally, and just have a kick-ass life. How have I been able to do that? Now, it may shock you guys, but I was actually in university at one point. I did 2 years of mechanical engineering at the University of Western Ontario in London, Ontario, Canada. Now, I did 2 years there. So it's a 4-year program, never finished my degree. And at that time, after my first year, I got a loan with a bank in Canada called RBC. And they're offering these specialized loans for certain university students that were in certain disciplines, right? So I had a very specialized kind of discipline, being a mechanical engineering. So what they actually gave me was a $55,000 credit line that was an unsecured debt. So what that means is that an unsecured debt is like a credit card. It doesn't have any financial, there's no backing to it, compared to, say, like a mortgage, where a mortgage has a backing to it, which is the house that you're buying the mortgage with, right? So if you don't have that backing, it's called an unsecured debt. So it's like a credit card. So I had basically a $55,000 credit card. I was actually able to use that for whatever the heck I wanted. By the end of it, finished my 2 years off, racked that up quite a bit. I think I had $25,000 on my credit line, and they also gave me a credit card as well, and I think I had over $7,000 on that. So I'm pretty sure, I think it was around $32,000 just off the top of my head. How was I able to get rid of that? At the age of 21, I think, or 22 years old, I actually declared bankruptcy. I actually haven't told very many people that. Just, close family members and maybe, I think, a few friends I've actually told, but I've never actually gone public with that. Maybe because I thought I was embarrassed for a while, but actually declaring bankruptcy on that, with the bankruptcy laws in Canada, you're allowed to declare bankruptcy on an unsecured debt like that. You're actually able just to wipe it out relatively easily, actually. It's not that hard to do. It takes about a year of your time, and it cost me $1,200 to eliminate over $30,000 worth of debt. So it was actually the best business decision that I ever made. And when I did that, and I got the letter in the mail basically saying that my debt had been cleared, it was like the biggest weight off my shoulders had been lifted. It was absolutely crazy. Now, I was actually very, very lucky that I was actually able to do this, because in Canada, say I had an OSAP loan, which is a government-issued student loan, I wouldn't have been able to actually declare bankruptcy on that. But since I had an unsecured loan through a bank, I was actually able to declare bankruptcy on it. So my recommendation, if you guys want to live this type of lifestyle, it's so much easier when you don't have any debt, you don't have any payments to make, say on your credit card, your car, your house. It just makes it a lot easier to live this travel abundant lifestyle when you don't have any debt. And debt is going to be my #1 recommendation for you guys to get out of if you really want to start to live the unreal life, because the financial thing seems to be a big thing for people. It seems to be one of the biggest things that are holding people back, it's not necessarily themselves, it's their thoughts that I'm not going to be able to do this because I don't have any money to do it, or I have this debt that's holding me back, or I have this that's holding me back. So the thing is that you just want to remove all those things that are holding you back, so then really you just think to yourself, all right, bam, I can go and do it. So what I'd really recommend is definitely check into the bankruptcy laws in the country that you're living. Say you're in a lot of debt right now. See what you can do about it. Don't be embarrassed about it. I'm going public to over 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube that I declare bankruptcy at like 21, 22. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. I think it was actually the best business decision that I've ever made in my life. I still believe that to this day. It absolutely was to eliminate all that debt. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Peace out.